Welcome back to the Earthboys podcast. My name is Emmy,
And I'm Jaden.
and today is episode 26.
26.
26. Very good, very good. Shit.
Mucho bueno. No, just-
Mucho. Oh my god, dude. Fuck. Just slam me on the top of the head with a fucking sledgehammer.
Dude, you know that hoodie you're wearing right there?
Yeah.
One of my coworkers was talking how they like J.Cole, and I just literally, for a minute and 30 seconds, shit all over J.Cole the whole time.
Good.
And,
As you
completely
should.
let it up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, plus he basically scammed that one artist. I was like, you can look it up. It's very public. And then one person that wasn't even in the conversation with one of my coworkers turned around and goes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how she knew about that, but she was an artist herself. And it's like, that's the worst thing you could do is rip off another artist. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, my sweatshirt is like a old, Cartoon Network boomerang characters, and it's made by Poor Teffy at Poor Teffy on Twitter, Instagram, I believe. He used to go by the name of 6Mal. I'm like fully doxing his artist name and everything. But back in the day when the KOD album for J.Cole was about to come out, he did the album art cover, like book cover art, whatever. Did a bunch of art for J.Cole. J.Cole didn't pay him or lowballed him as fuck for like the art, or like refused to pay him or something like that, and then was asking him to draw to paint weird shit with like kids and stuff, because it was like,
I mean, I thought
don't
the
know.
album cover now is still weird, right? It's just a bunch of kids under his little curtain.
Yeah,
And he's looking up all weird.
Yeah,
I thought that weird.
yeah. I mean,
I mean,
always
the
just
artist,
put
the
off-
artist itself, chill. I don't know the guy, whatever.
He's
But
cool.
the fact is anytime I hear anyone getting load for their work or anything like that, I
Yeah.
think that's the lamest shit ever.
I know. I mean, if you're gonna get an artist to do, if you're already making millions,
Yeah.
you're already a prolific artist,
And you're over here trying to squeeze the little guy. That's crazy.
yeah, you're literally a fucking dick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just
But yeah, I thought you'd be happy that I was fucking lighting J. Cole. I mean, I don't really care for J. Cole anyways. I think his best album is Forest Hills Drive, and even that has
That's-
two good songs.
That's his only album that I acknowledge.
Yeah, I don't.
Everything else, I refuse to acknowledge.
Yeah, I couldn't care about the whole J. Cole situation. I saw a tweet where it was like J. Cole makes music for dudes that walk to work. I was
Oh
like,
my god.
damn.
Yeah, he makes music for motherfuckers who take the bus and walk to work and shit.
No, people that wash their food but not they ass.
Ew, dude. That's disgusting. Fuck, what a way to start the morning. But yeah, this sweater's awesome. Shout out to 6Mile, Poor Teffy on Instagram, Twitter. He's the GOAT. Makes awesome art. I like looking at it and shit. He's cool.
All right, stop glazing him now. Let's move on.
I'm
No,
sorry,
just kidding, I'm just kidding.
Stuck in the bro.
No. I wanted to open
Motherfucker.
it up, put it in, and then cut it from you.
Bro just straight up slapped me across the face with his fucking
No, I
fist.
did. I tied your tie, straightened out your collar, licked my hand, moved it over your hair, and then just went
Smack!
smack the shit out of
Smacked
you.
the shit out of me. God damn.
So what have you been up to this week? I haven't seen you at all.
Yeah, dude, just been you know how work is over at that establishment. It's just fucking shithole, hellhole, chaos all the time. Had somebody who needed to swap shifts, so I swapped shifts, and then they realized that they couldn't swap because they were gonna open and close, which is like a no-no, obviously in the owner's eyes. And so I was like, fuck, what do I do? So I had to come up with a solution. I basically told the person, I said, hey, you take an hour break, and then you work until 8 o'clock, take an hour break, and you work until 9. They're like, okay, one less person will make money. It was a Saturday.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, whatever. And then so then I opened on Sunday, and then I had to call back Sunday night to make sure that the person knew how to close the drawer, because it was their first time doing it. So I spent like half an hour trying to help them close the drawer. They finally got it. Numbers came out absolutely perfect to the cent. Awesome. And then I go home, playing on the game, whatever, and then I get a text at 1:24, as I'm about to go to bed. Emmy, can you open? I'm throwing up and I feel sick. I'll take your mid. And I was like, well, you better show up if I swap you right now, you better come in for the mid. I don't want to hear I can't come into mid because I'm still sick. They're like, no, I'll come in. All right, I'm gonna hold you to it. Obviously my expectations are down to the floor, you know what I
And you
mean?
were still disappointed because
And
they
so-
probably didn't come in.
And so I opened in the morning. Everything was fine. 2 o'clock rolls around. They're not here. I was like, fuck. So I go take care of a table, and I just felt eyes on me, and I turn around, and the person actually showed up.
No way.
And they were feeling good, So I was like, thank you, for coming in.
Yeah.
They thanked me, obviously. I needed to sleep in. so I could feel decent enough to come in, and I felt, better by the time 2 o'clock rolled around. So, just dealing with stupid work shit, and then I had to do the photo shoot on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no. No. What the fuck? I can't even remember the week because things were just happening.
It's probably Friday.
Friday. It was
I think
Friday.
it's Friday.
It was Friday. So I
Because you
did
have Fridays off, and I remember you texted me while I was working.
Yes, I did. And so I went Friday to SDSU to do some graduation photos for a friend of a friend and her two friends. And, it was like, how some overcast days the lighting is like really good?
Yeah,
and it's
some days it's not.
And it's even.
Yeah.
Like some overcast days it's like perfect because you'd rather be overcast than the sun directly.
Yeah.
In some cases, not all the time. In some cases.
Well, I mean, this is like a lot of beauty in like editing. If you know how to edit around that, like obviously
Right.
the pictures aren't going to turn out like how you want them to, but they'll turn out good enough where the person goes, "Oh my god, yeah, I like it."
Exactly.
Because everyone is just used to consuming like iPhone photos.
Exactly.
So it's like when you actually pull a shot that's like still arguably good,
Right.
and edit it correctly, like it's still
Yes.
better than what most people see.
Exactly.
That's
so,
why every time you hear like, "Oh, phones are getting so good," "Oh, this, that, and the other," or "Oh, this, that, and the other," it's like, not really, because when it comes to real photos, everyone always tries to get like state photos. You're not doing that on an iPhone.
Right, exactly. And you can tell. You can tell the difference. But anyways, like it was still, it was overcast. And then like the first 30 minutes, maybe 25 minutes was like okay. And I was like getting some decent ones. And then it just got like the ugly dark overcast with like no lighting.
Yeah.
Shadows were all fucked up. Like there was shit everywhere because they had done like orientation week or something. So there was just like stuff kind of in the way, and we could only do like certain angles without getting the shit in the background or whatever.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And I was like, look, I started to feel bad because at this point I was like, easy money,
Yeah.
And then I started to feel bad because I was like, look, they paid decent money for this.
Yeah.
Like the photos are actually not as good as I thought they were going to be. Let's just reschedule. Let's take as many as we want today just to get a feel of, what to expect.
Yeah.
Then you can reschedule on another day. Don't have to pay me for the extra day because you already paid me.
Yeah.
This day was scuffed. So
Full
this will be just practice session. So I took like 300 photos. I sent it to them and was like, look, go through them. If there are any salvageable ones that you actually do like that turned out pretty decent, then you tell me and I'll edit them.
Yeah.
And I'll fix the lighting, whatever the fuck. I'll spend my time and fix it for you.
Yeah.
So then we rescheduled for, I think, the 28th.
Okay.
So not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Yeah.
And I said that was fine, whatever. And hopefully it'll be sunny that day.
Yeah.
Because when I went the first time, just the other person by themselves, it was like just at the end of the evening, the sun was coming down. There were still clouds in the sky. So it was like perfect balance of shade and light. Mm-hmm. So that's why they liked the photos. But, this time the overcast fucking ruined it.
Lighting will fuck you 100%.
It did.
That's what I was worried about, because the night before I did basically same scenario, two girls, whatever. The night before was literally raining.
Oh my God, yeah.
Sunday night, I was like, oh, fuck, all right. But at least the lighting was good. Some of the photos came out super harsh, but I've only gone through the photos on the R5, which is like my main camera.
Yeah.
Which I forget how good that camera is every time, because I always fuck around with other cameras.
Dude, it's a beast.
It's insane.
It is a beast.
It's actually crazy. And I made my own preset specifically to shoot people in a more realistic look, Mm-hmm. So I actually modified a new preset of mine, which is really cool. Did that, and then I have only had a chance to take a glimpse of the photos that I took with the Fuji, the new one that I have.
Oh yeah.
Which those are really fucking awesome as far as like straight out of the camera. I'm not gonna edit any of those, maybe slight tweaks, but like that camera's kind of insane.
That's good though.
Same thing. Lighting was decent. Sometimes it was a little too harsh. I think I got a little bit luckier though this time around.
Yeah.
From when it comes to
the sun coming out. Yeah.
Especially now that it's May, gray, June gloom. Mm-hmm. Like that shit's been, how do you say, showing up pretty hard lately the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's been
where
pretty
you're just
crazy.
Like, why is it cloudy every fucking day?
And it'll be like that for a whole week, and then it's like sunny for 3 days, and then it's cloudy again.
The days that you're working, it'll be sunny as all fuck, and then the day you have off, it's rainy and fucking gloomy. It's piss.
I mean, it's happened to us a lot where we have our days off, and then it's just cloudy the whole day.
Yep.
It sucks.
And then the one day that you're working a fucking double or something,
it's like clear skies,
perfect lighting everywhere,
even
clouds.
Midday. Yeah, 2 clouds. The birds are singing. The sun is smiling on you. It's like the baby face in the sky.
The flowers are all like saturation +10.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. It sucks how like yeah, and it always happens at work too. I'll show up at 4:30 and it's like the sun looks so nice. I'll stand outside for 10 minutes and just like soak it in. Be like, fuck, today would have been a good day to go out and like do something, you know?
Yeah.
It always ends up that way. But yeah,
Always.
I had a busy week, and then Saturday, my fiance met my mom's side of the family,
Oh, nice.
so that went really well. It was my uncle's birthday, so that was fun. And
I had to go to a baby shower.
you had to go to a baby shower?
Yeah.
Ew.
It was alright.
Was it okay?
I just hung out with my 2 other friends.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't really do much.
Okay.
It was cool for them, you know.
Yeah.
I tested the new camera there a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Was boy or girl?
The child?
Yeah, child baby shower.
Girl.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, no.
Yeah.
Talk to this one girl
Podcast just
though.
ends right there.
Yeah. It's, anyways.
40 minutes of silence.
Yeah. Talk to this like younger photographer girl there. Like not younger as in the fact that she's newer.
Oh, okay.
So we talked to her for a little bit. It was cool.
Yeah.
Got her Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah, it was chill.
It's always cool to talk to photography people.
Yeah. And then photos came out decent. I took a couple.
Nice.
On that new little camera again. It's actually really cool. I didn't hit the ground running because literally the day I got the camera, like it was like kind of at midday. And then the next day I worked a double. So it was like, it's not like I was able to really fuck with the camera for the first.
Yeah. I mean, another example, I guess, would be like when artists do collabs together, or like one example that I used or that I think of that happened to me. It was just 2 years ago. I like, collecting stupid NFTs and shit. I was talking to some guy, and at the time I was really into making beats and stuff. And they were always saying, like, oh my God, we like your music. Your music's good. We like the vibe, whatever. And I was like, thanks for the compliments, whatever. That's cool. And then they reached out to me saying, hey, we want to do a collab. How much would it be for you to make 10 songs or whatever, 8 songs or something like that?
Yeah.
And so I gave them my price, and it was like, I don't know, like $800 or something. And I gave them a discount because they're chill,
Yeah. And plus that's 8 full songs. Like,
yeah, it's 8 full songs that I have to spend several hours making.
yeah, that's a lot of time.
And making sure that it sounds unique and like not shitty, you know what I mean?
And not just like something you could have got on like YouTube free section where they give you like a beat.
Right. And they wanted a specific vibe, like you're chilling at the lake, like in the sunny day, like in the water, like that type of vibe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I got you, $800. Without question, like 2 minutes later response, they're like, what's your wallet address? We're sending payment right now.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to send half of it first. When you finish, we'll send the other half. I said, that's fair. So they sent me $400. I'm like, bet. Within like a week, I think I had 4 songs sent it to them. They said, all right, this is fucking great. We like them so much. We're just going to give you the rest of the 400, and you can send us the rest of the songs when you got time.
Yeah, that's chill.
And so then I spent another week, maybe 8-9 days to perfect the last couple ones, sent it to them, and then I even sent them a 9th one just because they sent payment so fast. They were super discreet about it all. They were very upfront with what they wanted. They had a vision already.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Super easy to work with. And it's very rare, I think, to get people that just like want to do business like that, like quick and clean. They know what they want. They got the money. They're ready to send it. There's no playing around, no fucking games and nothing like that.
Yeah.
And so like those types of people, few and far between. So that's why I told them, I said, hey, you ever want to do business again? I'm super down. I'll do another discount because you guys were chill.
Yeah.
Just let me know. Now, fast forward 2 years, I think it was last month or like maybe 3 weeks ago, I get a message from the same guy who's working with another, project. And they were like, we wanted to do like 3 or 4 songs this time.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, yeah, you know my price, right? And they're like, yeah, let me just talk to the people and see how much funds we have allocated for this particular thing.
Yeah, of course.
And then he got back to me. He said, we don't have exactly the amount that you're charging for this thing, so we're actually just going to hold off. And we're not going to like try to lowball you or anything, but we know what your price is. And if in the future we have enough funds to secure some songs for whatever website we want to do or thing that they wanted to do, then we'll let you know. I was like, that's totally fair. Thank you for being honest with me. Thank you for not fucking me around.
Yeah. Everybody wants to give the runaround.
Yeah, and then whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And so then we just left it at that. But that guy, like, he does business. You know what I mean? So I'll always take time out of my day to talk to him if he needs, whatever, and I'll see what's up with him. But
yeah, for sure.
I mean, shit, it's so sad that as creatives, right? Like, we make stuff. We like creating things. It's just what we do. It keeps us sane. And then when we want to do and obviously we're not professionals, but when we want to get paid for gigs and stuff,
Yeah.
more often than not, we'll get people that, one, don't take us seriously, or two, like, always try to get a low ball offer.
Yeah. Honestly, that's like, it's part of the reason why, like, I hate when everybody implies what you want to do. Like, oh, you have a camera, so you want to shoot a studio one day. I'd rather blow my fucking brains out.
Yeah, fuck
That's not
no.
what I want to do.
Hell no.
That's what, like, old people think photography is, like, shooting in a studio. Like,
It's
I'm sure it's
not.
great money. That doesn't sound fun, though.
It's the money is never worth it when you're not having fun.
Yeah. That's why it's like, I like, you know, like even on Instagram and stuff, even though I have like a steady stream of photos coming in, I don't really ever post. Like I do here and there, but now my captions are getting so minimal where I just like hashtag made with Kodak. That's it.
Yeah.
And whoever sees it, sees it. I'm not doing this whole like write the whole caption out, emojis, hashtags, fucking all that shit.
Yeah.
That's why I'm liking like exactly what I'm starting to do, where it's like I'm around town, I take video on my cell phone, and I shoot a roll or two of a certain film on a certain camera, and then that's the title of the video, and that's what you get.
Nice and
And
simple.
I think that's like my last couple of videos have been like that kind of, and like that's literally where I'm happy because like I'm still displaying my work, but for the audience that would want to watch it in that sense. Like I don't want like a YouTube short where it's like, oh, stay tuned, photo in 5, 4, and it's like I don't
Yeah.
want to make that content,
Uh-huh.
or I don't want to post that, you know.
Yeah.
And like, so that's why I think where I am now is I think I'm just going to just be doing my photos, say what camera it was, what thing it was, or maybe where I'm shooting, just something simple.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're just getting
I mean-
glimpses of what I see plus photos of
Yeah. For sure. I mean, in a lot of cases, less is more.
them. Yeah.
And so you already know exactly what your vision is. You know exactly what you want to do with it, and you don't need to be giving a bunch of extra information that's unnecessary. You just post your photos, you have your videos, you have your style. Like you're slowly but surely solidifying the consistency of that style.
Yeah.
And I think over time, you know, people are going to recognize that and be like, oh, I like that his videos are just like simple photography stuff, not any of this like, welcome to the channel, subscribe, like all this crazy shit.
It just opened it up. How are you doing today? Like, holy shit.
It's like a 10, 15-second scream, like agonizing scream.
Yeah.
And then you're like, try to act normal after that as if it never happened.
Yeah, no, fuck all that. Yeah, that's just where I am with like, I guess art in general right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even give a fuck to post shit on Instagram again. Like, it's just asinine.
Yeah.
Or Twitter, because I just feel like Twitter is a bunch of like, not scammers, but like a good place to get your shit jacked.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's very 99% of the time, you know, I feel like people just take stuff, which is pretty crazy because there was an artist, I think they deleted their account because it got so bad, but basically there was somebody buying up their art for like pennies on the dollar and then just burning it, like deleting them basically, getting rid of them, like just griefing this person's art. And then they were posting on another service thing, and then on that service, people were saving the GIFs or the PNGs or whatever, and then reminting them again and selling them for more money than
I mean, that makes sense on that
than the
crypto
original
shit,
artist.
though.
Yeah, well, I mean that's just one example, but it's just like people just want to take advantage and they steal other people's photos.
Regardless, they're still like stealing essentially.
Yeah,
But again, that's also like
but that's very specific.
0.0000 ever 1% of artists where like this crypto bullshit's happening to them.
But imagine like a photographer such as yourself who's posting stuff on Twitter. Like, let's just assume that they're baller photos, right? Like small account that just somehow is putting out like amazing photos. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I ran into a Instagram account that was like taking their stuff.
Oh yeah,
You know, for clout, and then they were getting
or
like
even just
thousands
taking
of
it
likes.
and like slightly modifying it and be like, no, this is I took this. It's like,
Like, no, you fucking didn't.
No, you didn't,
I have the
douchebag.
original fucking file with all the info and tags on it. Like, you can eat my ass.
yeah,
That's horrible, dude. Getting your stuff stolen, especially good photos that you take. The fact that there are people out there that, you know, will do that type of stuff.
yeah.
It's just kind of demoralizing. Makes you not want to post.
Well,
you
that's
know?
why I don't touch Twitter. The Twitter thing is, it's just the void of random shit and funny
Yes.
shit. You know, like I don't really ever see anyone that I know tweet ever. But yeah, I did unfollow a lot of people in general. 'Cause it's like, I don't care to hear from you. But
Saitama chain is exploding.
yeah, or just even like people from like life and shit too. You know.
Yes, yeah.
But and then Instagram only sucks off people that are making shitty little short form content, which cool. Yeah, I guess, you know, everyone just sits there and doom scrolls. And like, again, like I'm not going to make that content.
Yeah.
And YouTube, yeah, I guess could be old school, or whatever, but it's like, nah, that's where like the sustainability is essentially in the fact that where it's like these TikTokers will explode, and now you don't hear about any of the COVID TikTokers, all the people that were big then. You don't know what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, YouTubers have their day in the sun, but then it's like it's still consistent after and then decently before, you know?
The curve of popularity is more widespread than
Yes. Then
TikTok is like a huge peak and then a huge decline and then like they disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Like the one guy, Teriyaki Poppy, remember he made the one meme where it was like he's in prison. He's like,
Oh.
"What'd you go to prison for?" He's like, I
robbed a bank.
I robbed the bank." They're like, "What kind of bank? Chase, Wells Fargo, is it sperm?" Like, "What? Sperm?" Like, "Wait, what?" It's like, "Sperm." Like, "Oh, sperm? You want some sperm? I'll give you some sperm right now." Oh, he's all wobbly and shit. Like,
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. He just fell off. But see, that's what I mean. Like, they have their run, and it's way shorter than somebody on YouTube.
I think he just like stopped posting one day, right? Like, unless it was one of those things where he genuinely found something better. But like his videos were like oddly really funny though. Like
Some people just have it like that, where I think it goes past the idea of what the video is trying to tell you, or like the message it's trying to tell you. It's the execution. So I think it's a mixture of like his style of editing and humor like mixed together was just enough for it to be like really fucking funny, but not in your face type shit where it's like, ugh, that's like cringy, you know?
yeah, dude. His was so good
Because it was so
Some of his other videos were good.
It was so relaxed and like, you know, like he wasn't like, I don't know. It just felt so natural. Like he just wasn't trying to be funny. Like he
Yeah.
was just making silly stuff for no reason, and then it just was. That's what made it good, you know.
What was the one where he's like he wakes up like upside down, and he's like, "Where's the code at?" or whatever. He goes, "All right, I'll tell you. See, these." He goes, "These what? These hairy nuts." And he's just laughing, and he's doing like the shaky laugh.
Oh, yeah.
And then the guy just goes, "Ta, ta, 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 ta," starts punching him like he's a punching bag.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of those things where it's like, that's just funny. You know,
Yeah,
like,
it's just silly and stupid. So, but yeah, I get what you mean though. Like a lot of these TikTokers, they with the short form video content, it's like the attention span is getting smaller and smaller. So it's
Yeah.
like if you can't just sit within that peak, then you're never gonna make it. But even if you do, because the attention span is so small, your ride to fame and then obscurity is a lot shorter than it would be traditionally. Like let's say on YouTube, you know, it takes, you know, let's say it takes you a year to grow your channel to like 50K subs, like if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And then how many more years is it going to take to hit 100K? How many more years is it going to take to hit 1 million or 500K? You know what I mean? So like that's a full on career, because for a lot of these
I feel
people,
like the
it
million
takes,
peak is the scary point, because then it's like
Yeah.
you don't know whether you're gonna now fall off, or like I hate the word fall off even, or even like just kind of like fade into obscurity already, or like still keep increasing.
if you're going to plateau or if you're going to go down or you're going to just incrementally go up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of channels, I feel like once they hit the milli, it's like they plateau.
But then also because I think it feels like creators don't feel like when you find a channel with 1 million subs, you don't feel like you feel like, okay, well,
They've already made it.
they've already made it, you know. Like I do one thing that I like that YouTube's been doing with my algo lately is like a certain film video will come up and then it'll say like 20 views.
Oh, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, yes. Or like 800 views. I'm like, okay, we're there.
Nice.
And like I click on the account and then like they have like 900 subscribers. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes.
You're like, that's some
I've
shit
been
I
watching
like.
more, I guess you could say, early content or amateur content for people.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, like all the big people have already made their channels. And like say when, like I like Peter McKinnon, but when he posts his video, like he made a video of like loading my cameras ASMR, but then put music kind of slightly over it, like a crackle over it. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's not really,
It's
that's not
yeah,
really
it's
ASMR.
like-
But you know, I was like, okay, cool. I'll watch it just because I just want to see what cameras he's loading. And I'm like, oh, cool. He's using that. He's using this.
right.
But also, it's one of those things where I was like, I would rather watch that same video, except maybe a
Yeah.
smaller creator.
I think it's, you know, they get to that point and it's like the creator understands that now they can almost kind of just put anything out
Yes.
and they're going to be fine. So the passion subsides
Yeah.
in the creation process.
Or you can tell they're like, fuck, I got to put out a video. Okay, we'll do this.
It's almost forced, you know,
Yeah.
because it's like now they have to do it. Whereas a smaller creator, they have the one, like they have that fire lit under their ass and
Yeah.
they have that passion to like try to make something unique. And so you can see the difference, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's one example that I always like to think about is there's a channel called La VS. He's a Formula One person or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, I found his channel when he had 3,000 subs.
Nice.
And he was like, very unique idea.
Is he the addict guy?
The addict guy.
Okay, yeah.
Now he's
I like his videos.
dude, I like his videos so much because he actually gives, like, he actually talks instead of just reading a script. He like gives
I
his
can't
full.
stand script readers.
I know, he just gives his full opinion and then edits it. So like
Yeah.
it's real. It's his actual thoughts being formulated in real time. So I love that. I knew he was gonna blow up, and every time I would check in on his channel, another 100 subs, another 200 subs,
Yeah.
another 1,000 subs. And over time, he just kept growing and growing. So I was like, that's fucking awesome because it's legitimately good content.
'Cause
And
you
now
wanna
he's
know
at
why?
50K subs.
It feels like you're winning too because you supported a dude that was early enough, and you're like, it feels good when like a guy that you like wins.
Exactly. Yeah.
When I found Theo Vaughn, I was like, damn, this guy's fucking great. And everyone, like, people were like, why do you listen to that fucking hillbilly? And I'm like,
Right.
this guy is fucking a
It's
gem.
like you guys don't understand.
You guys
yet.
don't understand it yet.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years later? Mm-hmm. One of the biggest.
And I remember you talking about Theo Vaughn and me just like it went in one ear and out the other,
Yeah.
and I just didn't care.
No, for sure, because he like I could see the. Honestly, I'm not usually going to say things like this, but I think it was just the prejudice of people hearing a man with a mullet that sounds type of Southern,
Right.
and says like funny things. Mm-hmm. They probably just thought, oh,
Yeah.
like X, Y, or Z that insults that pair with this person.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you probably can't scroll Instagram
Without seeing 'em.
or TikTok without seeing a Theo clip, whether it's the emotional ones, whether it's the really funny ones, or just very obscure ones. You know. And so
It's
I think
funny how that works. Yeah.
like when you found that small YouTuber, now that he's popping off, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you're taking that win because you're like, damn, I gambled on this guy because I had believed in him,
Right.
and now it's happening.
I saw
now
the-
you're like, ah,
Yes.
you feel
exactly.
not like a talent scout, but you feel like that's my guy right there.
Well,
That's
it's
my
because
buddy.
it's like you saw the vision before other people saw the vision.
Yeah.
And now everyone else is like agreeing that you were right.
Yes.
And it's like vindicating, you know? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yes, I put my money down on this person and it paid off, you know?
Yeah.
Not that I'm gambling on this motherfucker, but at the same time, it's just kind of what it feels like.
I always thought about his YouTube when it gets big enough. Is he always going to stay in the attic, or will he have a set where like he's at a desk, but it looks like he's sitting in an attic still?
I think he's
Because
one of
how
those...
long is he going to stand on like that one step and still talk to the screen?
I
'Cause
don't
that probably
know,
hurts your
dude.
foot a little bit, right?
When you have something that's like that good, you have an idea or a setting or like a certain style that's like so unique and good. I think, for me anyways, I wouldn't change it up for at least another 2 years. You know, maybe save
Yeah,
up
for
money,
sure.
maybe sustain my family and like all that other shit first, and then maybe think about like making a set. But at that point, it's like the whole charm of the channel is like knowing that it's a real addict and he's like climbing up the ladder. Like that adds to the charm of the video, not just because he's good at talking and explaining the details and
But eventually he's
intricacies.
going to have to do something, though.
Eventually he may have
Like,
to
I mean,
do
he doesn't
something.
have to.
No,
but
he
also
doesn't.
it's one of those things where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not going to love standing on a ladder, because you see a 30-minute video, he's standing there for an hour and 30 talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Or 2 hours and talking to the camera. Mm-hmm. Not to mention he's fucking hanging out with a bunch of like insulator.
He's breathing in the...
yeah, so
Yeah.
like, bro, you better get the fuck out of there,
Right.
dog. So like, say he even built like a tall desk where he still climbs up it, but it's more of like a desk with a chair that he can sit in. So it just looks like he's,
Right.
you know.
I mean, either way...
Even with Rocket Powered Mohawk, now he has that little desk.
Yeah, now he has... Okay, so that... Yeah,
But
yeah.
I do miss when he's sitting in the fucking little like shitty car in the garage, and he's just
I like the ones where he's sitting in the bathtub.
yeah, those are good too.
Those are good too. But yes, like eventually the set changes, like as the channel grows, you know, and you get more money, and you know you can afford to get a nice set and like change up the setting or whatever. But that also, like, for me anyways, that's one thing that I liked, was it felt like I was sitting in the attic and he just came up to tell me about something.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like I live with him and he's like okay with me being in the attic, so like it's like a funny parasocial relationship.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like fiending for the dude or like fiending for the content.
But if you
or
were to look
anything,
at it
but-
from like a far perspective, you're like, the fuck is going on? That's kind of funny.
right, it's a little silly, but it's still intimate in like a friendly way.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's what really drew me in, and he stuck with it, you know, for the whole year, uploading like pretty much almost every single day.
Yeah.
Now he's at like 52,000 subs, 55,000 subs, and it's like, good for you, bro. I'm so happy that you're,
Yeah.
you know, he posted a video and 12 hours later it's already got 40,000 views.
That's dope.
I'm like, that's almost better average than what most other creators I've seen have. Like I see
Especially with the growth of Formula One now too.
Exactly. And I see a lot of channels that have like 100,000 subs, almost 200,000 subs, and like 12 hours go by and the video has 8,000 views.
I guarantee if we did a video where it was like shooting film at the fucking Chinese Grand Prix or whatever the hell,
Right.
or Vegas Grand Prix or whatever, I guarantee, and you put like a F4 Formula One car in there, I guarantee that video does well as well.
For sure.
Like even if before like the whole boom, I'm sure it would do decent, but now that like Formula One in general is a big name as well. Well, it's always been, but like it's getting just bigger in general now, especially in the States.
Right.
Like I'm sure it would do well as well. So like good for those guys. Like now, can you maybe think about having a Formula One channel 10 years ago?
No.
It probably felt like you were talking to the void.
Yeah, you probably get nothing, And so now that it's actually more popular and people are genuinely starting to get more interested in it, obviously you get the rise of those people that are going to cover the F1 topics. I mean, I see a bunch of channels now that have, 15,000 subs, 20,000 subs that have been around for maybe the start of last season.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know what I mean? Or they started halfway through last season.
A lot of them are new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within 2 years old channels, and it's interesting, like just to see how they're growing and how they compare to the older people who have been doing the Formula One thing for more than just 2 years or something. Because there's one account that I always remember. It's like Josh Revel or something. I don't know. It's like a Australian dude, and I've seen his account for like 4 years now, and I used to watch like his videos, and like they've always been good. The quality has always been really, really good.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, imagine one of those people is like, yes, there's more people interested in this now.
Yeah,
like his videos continued to get more and more views as Formula One topics got more popular. So you have old heads that are like the top tier old channels that are like now starting to grow a lot faster.
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
then you have the smaller channels that are, just ripping right off the first couple of videos.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite one is still Rocket Powered Mohawk. He blew up really fast.
Yeah, well,
But
I mean,
can see
with
why.
with good reason.
With good reason. He's fucking hilarious.
Exactly.
And like, maybe I don't see maybe the older generation liking his stuff because they won't understand, like, I guess meme culture in a sense.
He taps into that younger audience in a very interesting way.
Yeah, and then some of the things he says, like he's creating his own like insults. Like obviously Lance Stroll's the window licker, so anytime he says the window licker, you know who he's talking about. He's not using like an old recycled insult that everyone's probably used. Now you're like, oh, I know who he's talking about.
He's making his own waves.
Yeah,
and so that's what makes him unique in that sense. And it's nice. It's good to see people have a reinvigorated interest in Formula One and things of that nature. So it's made me really happy. But yeah, that's one example where it's like you see a small channel and then you see them consistently upload and the quality gets better and better. It's like rooting for the underdog.
I think also like car culture in general, if you minus people doing takeovers and stealing cars. And
I hate that shit.
All that other nefarious activities.
Nefarious.
I'm been liking that people are more open to like not other cultures of race, but like I don't really care for like JDM cars. But I can respect the ones that are cool or the ones that are upkept.
For sure.
Like yesterday, I think I saw like an old Evo or something, and it was painted like a very teal blue. I'm assuming it was either a wrap or something, and with like BDS rims or BBS rims or whatever the ones.
Yeah.
The ones that people liked back in the day. I'm sure they still like them. And I looked at the car and I was like, this isn't a car I would normally look at, but I was like, one, is really well kept. It's nice. It's clean. It's cool. Whereas like, I don't know anything about rally racing, but I follow like an account or two that post it because it's like, it's cool.
Yeah, it's
like
it's cool to watch it.
Yeah, I get like people go, oh, Formula One is not cool. It's this, it's that. It's like, I don't know. I kind of just like to be around race cars or just cars in general.
Exactly. It's just the environment that I like being in.
Yes. It's the environment, whether they're all speaking Japanese, whether they're all speaking German, or they're all speaking French.
I mean, if cars go fast, I'm going to fucking watch it.
If cars are going fast doing things, I'm watching
I'm watching that shit.
That's why I'm liking right now that like, I feel like as of now, people are more likely to be like, oh, what's over there?
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that?
Right.
Like, I don't like motorcycles. I still don't really care for them.
Yeah.
I'll watch the occasional GP clip that comes up, but I don't care for motorcycles. Like everyone's like, oh, they're the fastest. Yeah, they should be. They're little rockets with no weight to them.
Yeah, they're crotch rockets.
Yeah, but like I can respect when I see a Ducati in person. Remember we were driving through Coronado and that dude had like that red Ducati. Oh, look at that Ducati. That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Very nice.
I know Ducatis are like what the Ferraris of bikes.
The motorcycle.
Motorcycles, yeah. And I was like, Or like you see a certain bike and you're like, oh, that looks cool, you know, rather than being like, ew.
Yeah. I mean, that's the cool thing about racing. It's like it doesn't really matter what the thing is that's racing. Like if it's got 4 wheels and it sounds badass,
Yeah.
2 wheels minimum, I'm gonna fucking watch it. I'm gonna be into that shit.
Yeah, if it's like on
I
or
may not
chilling.
I may not care 100%, but like I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
And I'm still like into that stuff.
Like if I saw a Super parked across the street right now, I'd go look at it. I'd probably shoot a couple photos of it.
Hell yeah.
Or like
We'd be gawking at it for like 30 minutes.
or like yeah, and I'm not even into those cars like that, but I could still respect it. Like that's cool,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, another racing series that I like is Le Mans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they race for 24 hours in like these hyper ass cars, and
Yeah,
it's just fucking sick. You know what I mean? And then I think last year,
I still don't understand it, but I think it's cool.
yeah, it's just a time trial. It's just how many laps can you do in 24 hours? Like,
And then plus, like, there's other cars on the track with them. I don't get that either.
well,
But
it's
it's
because
okay.
it's different series of cars, like different classes.
Yeah.
And then they all have to race for 24 hours to see like how many laps, who can do the most laps in 24 hours. And so it's just cool because now like the Americans got into it and they had a fucking like hyped up NASCAR that was running around the track, and all the Europeans were like losing their shit the whole time because it's
Yeah.
like the engine was so loud and like unique sounding.
Yeah, because every country has like the way they build engines, like firing orders and shit. It's all different. Like a Japanese V8 sounds different than an American V8.
For sure.
You know. Yeah, no, anything like that is just cool. Like, I just find myself like if there's a clip online, I'm just scrolling through and it's like the guy's in one of those hyper cars.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
cool. I'll just watch it and be like, I don't get it, but I like it.
Yeah, it just looks pretty.
You don't need to get it.
You don't need to.
And that's the cool thing. It's remember being a little boy and you see some older woman and she's hot and you're just like it makes you feel some type of way, so you're just sitting there like,
Yeah.
you don't get it,
Yeah.
but you like it, right?
Exactly.
Or like, yeah, you know when you're a little kid and you're like,
I'm
like-
stimulated.
oh, you're like, whoa, and like it was just there, you know?
Right.
It's like, whoa,
Yep.
that person,
Yep.
whatever that's, it's setting off whatever lights in my head. And
That's firing off like
Yes.
the neurons in your
yeah,
brain.
yeah, and you still, you're just like, oh, you don't get it yet, but yeah, that's all it is. It's like
Exactly.
I like it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I like it though.
But I love it.
Also, like old Japanese, like 90s to early 2000s cars, like those old Lexuses and shit.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know why. I'm
The
feeling the need to
Japanese
like,
just always have they always make them look really fucking cool, man.
yeah,
They always make them look really they got good taste when it comes to like retro cars and like
Yeah.
refitting them and like putting body work on them.
granted, old Lexuses just look like old Mercedeses. I don't know who stole ideas.
Isn't it the
from who.
same thing? Lexus is Mercedes technically under the hood?
No, I think Toyota is Lexus.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know who Mercedes parent
I
company
don't-
is or
yeah.
whoever makes it. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I
But-
was asking.
But it's one of those things where I'm like, dude, those cars just look old and comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, like enough to where like we don't feel like we're missing anything because like those are the cars we grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's like it just looks relaxing.
Right.
Getting the big leather seat.
Big racing seat with the huge strapping seat belts, you know?
Yeah, they just look comfortable.
Wow, yeah, cars are fucking great, dude. I love that shit. now just like I have a slideshow of like nice cars playing in my head with like a price tag over it. And it's like, fuck,
Yeah.
man.
What was that video I sent you the other day where it was like, born too late to buy a house, spent $14,000 on a Miata, but I'm also too early to see the colonies on the moon.
Oh yeah, it's
whatever.
like born too late to buy a house, to afford a house. Born too early to see colonies on Mars. Born just in time to spend 14 grand on a Miata.
Yeah, that's so
like-
true though. It's like you can still buy your little toy, but like you're
That's
not really seeing anything.
You're not seeing
awesome.
anything else. You're like in the middle phase where like quote unquote nothing's happening.
Yes.
So it's like, what am I gonna do? Can't afford a house. Can't even go to space yet. I'm gonna drop 14 grand on this little fucking Miata and trick
probably
it
10
out.
years ago, those Miatas were probably like $4,000. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, or something. I don't know, but like it's just funny. I don't know.
There's a video actually I seen along the lines of that price difference that you said, and the caption was resetting the floor for the car market. And it's just this guy going through Facebook Marketplace, and it's like sped up, so like you see it all really fast.
Oh, I love this.
And he's hitting every single ad, and he goes, not worth that much. I'll give you 1.8K in cash right now. I can meet you tomorrow. And then he moves on to the next one. It's like a car that's being like a custom car that's being sold for like $6,000. He goes, this is definitely not worth $6,000. I'll give you $3,000. I can meet you tomorrow. And he's just going through all of these posts, like lowballing as fuck to make people drop their offers.
I mean, have you seen like?
It was pretty funny.
Do you ever go look at cars that you might
Not
be
really,
interested in?
not like
Not
that.
really.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so like you know me, I'll go look to see what the Forerunners are going for, like the third gen, which is like mid 90s to early 2000s.
You say it's like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tacomas, just certain vehicles that I personally like are like the A46 M3s and see what they're going for. And obviously everyone's like, oh, this, that, and the other. I know what I have. Da, 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 da. But it's like, and then you see that thing posted for like months.
And nobody buys it.
Buying it. Like, again, I just don't think the car market. Obviously, this is nothing new. The car market isn't worth whatever everyone's charging, especially for used cars.
Right.
Like, it's ridiculous.
It's just because of like the internet hype of like getting that car and like rebuilding it or doing whatever you want to it.
It's also the fact is like what during 2020 they had to stop, like new cars were slowed down, so like used car markets skyrocketed. Right. But it's like people still think those things are worth that much. It's like,
no,
dude, unless you have money and it was your absolute dream car or whatever, no one's paying $15,000 for a Forerunner that has 200,000 miles on it.
Yeah, fuck no.
With like ripped up seats.
Fuck no.
Like, it's a dope car. It's not that dope.
Yeah.
You know, like I could see $15,000 for one that has like maybe 50K on it with like good condition.
For sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But not these used modified ones where they've already done like, oh, I've changed the winch, I did the jack. These have these type of springs and this and that. It's like, to me, that all shows me you just did a bunch of random aftermarket shit, and I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what you did, how you did it, and then you want me to pay like $12,000 for this piece of garbage?
Nope.
Fuck no.
Nope.
They're like $12,000 OBO. It's like, yeah, OBO is gonna be $5,000, dummy.
Yeah.
That's my best offer.
Or like those old Jeeps, the ones that we like the 2000 ones.
Yeah.
I really like that bike. So I think it's still the best looking Jeep that they ever released. One, they get stolen often.
Yeah.
Like
I bet.
Because like it's just where we're at. They take them to the border and fucking chop them up down in Mexico.
Yeah.
But there was one that was posted for a decent price. I'm sure it'll still sell, but it's like I don't get how all these little old used cars are cool, but they're like, damn, you guys are asking that much for them?
I think it's also like the emotional value that they place onto the car because like you said, a lot of those ones, they have like a lot of aftermarket stuff. They did work to the engine. They tried to do their own custom thing, realized that didn't want to put any more money into it. And so now they feel like the emotional value of this that I put into this car is this much. It's like, that's not the case.
It's not the case.
I'm a stranger. I don't give a fuck what you did to this car.
Yeah.
In fact, you could have made it worse.
Exactly.
So why would I pay this inflated price that you think is right only because you're emotionally attached to the car?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
People do that all the time where they put all these things where they think it's upgrades, but like anyone knows any modifications to any vehicle like that lowers the value, no matter what it is. Unless it's like, I know the E46 M3s have a subframe issue where the car starts to tear itself apart. Unless you get that redone where they re-weld it and redo it and everything and like it's good again, that's like the only thing. Or the Vano system, the engine somewhere.
Okay.
I think it's transmission technically because it's the automatic one where they refix that because the ball bearings fall out and then you have to fix it and it costs a couple thousand or whatever. But it's like, unless you're doing things like that to the car where it's like, yeah, they had recalls for these.
Exactly.
And then, or somehow they got out of the recalls for them and then like you paid the money to have them done.
Right.
Because you care for the car. That's like the only thing that's
like standard upgrades where it's like, you know, you're fixing stuff that's obvious wear and tear.
Yes.
And you're just putting like the regular parts on them. Like, okay, that's fine. You're just keeping the car at a consistent level of usage.
Yes.
Understandable. But when you're buying, you know,
turbos and shit,
some random ass shit from some dude in a garage and you're just like having him retrofit your car. It's like, that's not adding value. That's adding emotional, personal value because you think that it's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck about any of the mods. If I was a modded, you know, that type of person, okay, maybe I might care about X, Y, or Z. But if you're not that type of person, which more often than not, you're not going to be that type of person, why the fuck would you pay all this extra money for these mods that could potentially just ruin the car or make it not run as nice?
Yeah.
Personal opinion.
And then most people don't keep the spare parts or whatever, like the get a new exhaust system and they don't keep it. It's like, I don't want a car that sounds like, you know?
Yeah.
Because some people put them on like Tacomas and, you know, Forerunners to make them sound better. I'm like, ew.
Straight piping a Tacoma is actual deranged behavior and you should be locked up for that. Like, you should be sent to Guantanamo Bay and hooked up to a car battery. Like, you're fucking insane. Like, go get Ellen DeGeneres to go torture you, waterboard you, or whatever the fuck.
Oh, my God.
I don't give a fuck. But there's no way in hell I'm gonna be buying that hunk of shit off you.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like equivalent to child abuse. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah. Or like my favorite is
You
when
don't
people
deserve
like
it.
chop up and slam the car to the ground. And, like,
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm
Yeah.
like, ew, bro, that car will never get to live a normal life again.
No,
Say now
dude.
someone's gonna rebuy that and be like, yeah, I need to refix
Because
this car.
the only way you're gonna sell that is if someone very specifically wants that exact thing for that exact car. And
Yes.
what are the odds of you finding that person? Next to none.
That's why it's like, obviously, you know, I used to spend, I still look at camera gear and stuff here and there. Not so much now because I literally have more than I need right now. Mm-hmm. And I'll be fine for a while.
You're swimming in the camera gear right now.
Yeah, but I did sell a lot of shit though.
I know you did.
So I went from like a lot to nothing to a lot.
You basically rotated your inventory and
Yes.
then like swapped it out for new stuff.
What I did is I rolled the dice again and I'm like, yes, I won this time.
Yeah.
Where it's like when someone, let's just say they're selling like a Canon camera and then these other 4 lenses that some are good and one is good and the rest are mid and then dog shit lenses, you know? And the guy's like, 4,000. And I'm like, well, how much for that one lens? He goes, selling as a bundle only. And I'm like,
all right, bro.
the fuck? You're hoping that you find a guy that's willing to meet a stranger with $4,000 of cash in his pocket and specifically go, I want this camera body, this lens, this macro lens, this telephoto lens, this fucking fisheye lens, this 100,000 millimeter lens. Like, you're telling me you're hoping that someone walks in
Specifically.
with your puzzle board of life and he's that exact little piece that fits in there. Mm-hmm. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, buddy.
Good fucking luck.
Now, I could see maybe if it was you're selling a camera with like a 70-200, which is a standard lens that most people like, or a 50 millimeter that's a standard normal lens.
For
you know?
sure.
Maybe. That's highly likely, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, no one wants to spend no one wants to meet a stranger for $4,000 and specifically need all these things. It's like,
Oh, a bundle for $4,000. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna buy it. Like,
yeah.
There's
And
no
first
way.
of all, meeting someone cash, as we know, as you grow older, like no one has just $4,000 burning in a hole in their account that they could just spend on something.
That they can just cash out.
Yeah. That's why it's like now when people are like in person, I'm like, I'd rather just buy it on eBay. Might be a little more expensive on eBay, but you can just put it on a card and then pay it off.
Yeah.
So you're not out of pocket already.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like instantly $4,000 right out the pocket. Like,
Yeah.
Who
No.
knows? The guy could have like came on the camera and like you're touching his cum or something.
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I don't know. It's just a stupid fucking
No,
example.
for
but
sure.
like,
The dude
you know
could
what I
like
mean?
literally
Like,
lick the barrel, like lick the sensor of the camera and give it to you.
Something could have happened. There could have been. I don't know, bro. People are fucking
Maybe
weird
he
nowadays.
used that lens to scratch the bottom side of his gooch.
Bro.
And now he's selling it to you, bro. That's crazy.
People are weird.
There's every kind of person out there.
Our favorite line. There's every type of person out there. And it's just insane that someone thinks that they could do something like that.
Yeah.
That they could. Someone's gonna contact them and be like 4,000 cash. I will meet you for this bundle.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Like, you're deranged.
Yeah, it's also like my Canon R5 when I bought it years ago. Yeah, I just bought the body off the guy. I didn't need his 24. I didn't need his lens. I already had one.
No, you just wanted the body.
I just needed the body.
Yeah.
And he did the deal. And then obviously for the time being, I got it for a really good price.
Yeah. That's a real motherfucker right there.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
it's
real
like, that's
business,
normal.
man. Yeah.
Not some dude where like I have 78 different lenses that are very special niche use, but you got to buy the whole bundle. It's like,
You got to buy them all.
fuck yourself.
Exactly. It's like, okay, we know your wife's mad at your collection. It's making you throw it all out.
Yes.
And you're just doing this to get it out as quick as possible.
Yes.
There's no way.
That's so funny.
The other guy, and I bring this up because it always makes me fucking laugh, is when I lived in Bend. Remember he was selling that lens
that
nearby,
lens,
and then
15 to 35,
and it was on the market for hella, bro, because he was
and this
stubborn.
is back in the day when it would say that it was on the market for a while.
Yeah, and like he was stubborn as fuck on the price, and so both of us were trying to like, obviously we know each other. He doesn't know this.
Yeah.
And we're both trying to like, paddle him back and forth like to see if he'll change his price, and we ended up just not giving a fuck after that. But
Yeah.
but I mean,
it technically was a good price. I was just wanting to like see how far he would go, and I'm sure
it wasn't the best price.
Yes, exactly.
It wasn't the best price, but it was fun to see, like, played a little game with him.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
to see if he would break down and lower the price even more.
You know, the best part is now, instead of haggling with people most of the time, like if they say a price and that's it, I was like, all right, I'll talk to you in like a month. Mm-hmm. It's always there. Like the guy because that little piece came in for me to be able to like convert that lens to the Nikon lens.
Yeah.
The dude in San Diego, his base price was $750.
Oh.
And I was like, well, dude, I'll buy it for you for like 600, maybe 550 or whatever. And like, I've just like not really been actively like going after it. And then he messaged me last night. I didn't open it, and he was like, I'll do 700 if you meet tomorrow." In the back of my mind, I'm like, dude, I've seen this lens on eBay. I mean, on Craigslist for like 2 months. I'm probably easily the only person that's messaged you about it.
Yeah.
And like clearly, dude is so. He's like, the lens is worth this much. Lenses are only worth things are only worth what people are willing to pay for them.
Exactly.
And clearly, no one in this area wants a niche ass Leica R mount lens that was specific to cameras in like the early 2000s to the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one's shooting film like that anymore.
Right.
Especially this niche camera mount.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy that
It's
there was
very
one in the
specific,
area.
yeah.
You're so specific. And like obviously what I'm doing to it is very specific as well. That I'm gonna take it apart, put it the mic on mount on it.
Right.
But again, it's like.
But you're the one person who.
But I'm the one person who's probably messaged him that was actually serious. Like,
exactly.
Dude, if you meet me up today for 500, I'll buy it.
Straight up. Easy $500. Are you kidding me? At that point, I'm like, okay, look. I may not get the price I originally wanted, but at this point, this specific person is going to use it for this specific reason. We're probably the only two people in town who like give a fuck about this thing.
Yes.
I'm just taking the $500.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a handshake. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I would not be mad about that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's like, why would I never understood why people like are set on like, oh, I can't get over on someone can't get over on me. It's like, dude, if something's sitting in your room collecting dust, why don't you just get rid of it and you don't need it? And
might as well make something off of it.
I might as well make something rather than absolutely nothing. Like me, when I'm selling shit, I'm realistic. Like if I take a $200-$300 loss on something that I bought that was expensive,
that is what it is.
I took the loss when I bought it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it brought me the joy for X, Y, or Z. It's like I don't understand why people are so like, I bought it for it, I got to sell it for it. It's like,
but it goes from like
just sitting there doing nothing.
Right, it goes from 100% loss of the money, right, for the full price that you paid.
Yeah.
And then you sell it for, let's say, 70% of the value. Now it was only a 30% loss.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. It's like you're not gonna win every single time and make a profit off everything you buy.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Yeah. Especially if it's a used item or like a vintage, quote unquote vintage item that's from like, almost 30 years ago. Come on now.
Yeah. And that's what I don't understand. Like remember those two cameras that I had, the ones that was like a little box and it shot square images?
Oh, right.
I broke even on both of those.
Which is like
I don't give a
probably
fuck.
Better than
it was more.
the
it
average.
was something for me to play with, and then when it came time for me to like, all right, I'm setting my sights on this thing. Then like it's served its purpose for the
you
time.
Just swapped it out for Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I wonder what I should just leave him on.
Some people are just fucking dumb, dude, and they get too emotionally attached to their items, and they can't understand that like the emotional value is not what we care about. It's the actual like real world value. Is what matters. And then some people just can't get over that. They feel just like they're being slighted because they're so attached to it, so they can't see any other option.
Yeah.
So like when you tell them the realistic price that you're willing to pay for, which is probably more than what they would have, you're like you said, you're the only person who probably messaged this guy in months, right?
Yeah, probably. I could.
And so, dude,
or if anyone did, they messaged him a couple times, realized he wasn't gonna budge. Like, I'm not doing that.
They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So like he's just too stubborn for his own good.
Yeah.
All right, if you don't want to make $500, go fuck yourself then.
Yeah.
Have fun letting it collect dust on your desk.
Yeah.
6 months are going to go by. He's going to go, oh, I really could have used that $500.
Yeah.
People are just stupid, man.
Yeah.
People
Have you
are
finished that
stupid.
first roll of film yet in your camera?
I think I'm at like 24 photos.
Damn, it's taking you a week to finish that thing?
I just like have been busy.
I feel it.
I just didn't bring it with me. I did take pictures at obviously the graduation, my family event. Took a couple pictures of the family like hanging out, like doing stuff.
Yeah.
Testing out the different lighting settings. So obviously like I'm going into this like just practicing and making sure that it's like as close to what it could be as possible.
Yeah.
But I'm getting used to like light metering more and like seeing it and then like adjusting like if it's really dark inside or like if it's cloudy or taking that into consideration.
Yeah, the thing about it is when you're shooting at like faster apertures, like I don't know, I guess like 2.8 and below, your focus window is still slimmer. So you just got to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
But say you're outside at a party, and like you're shooting at like, I don't know, let's say like f11. I don't remember all the ticks on the lens.
Yeah, it goes up to 16, 11, 8, 5.6.
So like let's say you're shooting at f11, like your focus doesn't have to be as critical because like the focus window is bigger.
Right.
One thing I kind of found out in shooting the last roll, I don't know if I maybe fucked up focus, but you can't really fuck up focus on a sunny day at f16. I think the lens, obviously this is like a lens that's dated.
Right.
Technically these lenses are older.
Yeah.
But they're still really sharp. I think at f16 diffraction, settles in.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning like you're bending the image so hard that it just looks kind of like not clear.
Oh.
It's common on all lenses, but
Okay.
like obviously back in like say the 80s or the 90s,
Right.
these weren't that common.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these weren't as flushed out as they are
it's
nowadays.
like almost 40-year-old lens, you know?
So I think just be wary of
Okay.
f16
Yeah.
as far as sharpness.
Well, I like shooting at like f8, f11. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's if you're on a sunny day.
Yeah.
Like, notice how this photo, there's no way I missed focus like here. Here, let me try to find one. I'm sure I shot this at like pretty, like f16 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe because it was just the distance and the compression. Like, notice how like on the seals itself.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom in. How it's like not fully sharp, but I shot that at f16, so everything should have been in focus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's diffraction or if it's the fact that it's a 50 mil in distance wise and I focused to infinity, but it's like
Yeah.
those things
I
should
can
be
see
far
what you
enough
mean
to be
because
in
it
infinity.
it looks like, I don't know how to explain it. Like
Just
like
soft.
the softer and like the pixels are a little thicker.
Yeah.
It's
So it's
still
like-
it's still a great photo.
It's still a
though.
great photo because
Yeah.
it's obviously you're not pixel peeping, but I'm just letting you know. Like,
But I see what you
I
mean
think
though.
f16 maybe in busy areas, it's just not holding the detail anymore.
Right.
But that's just something I found out that the normal person wouldn't.
I
really
mean, it
think
gives
of.
it that soft grainy look to it, which is like in some cases would be a little nice, but I get what you mean though.
Yeah.
By it being
Let me show
like,
you another
compressed.
This one.
'Cause I'm sure at a distance it matters, you know.
Wait, which one did I just show you? Okay.
The seal one.
Okay, this is the horizontal one. So there's no way that I would have missed focus really. Maybe it was I missed focus. I don't know how you would, but like it was a sunny day and I went f16 because I wanted all these little bastards in focus.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, obviously, it's not like a.
All these little bastards. They're just like cute little animals minding their business.
I don't think seals are cute at all.
seals are
They're
cute.
kind of just dorky. Like even in the video, like look at these goofy bastards, and I left that in there
Goofy
because I thought it was funny.
bastards.
But yeah, maybe more testing. But obviously, this is
Yeah.
like it's more of a null issue. Like it's very niche.
Right. I mean,
But
I
it's just
really
something-
like.
Obviously, you have the same lens I do. I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, I just really like that, like how the softness almost mutes some of the colors in the water, but you still pull out like the darks and the greens that are like on the rocks there.
Oh, I didn't do anything. That's Ectar 100. That's
Oh,
why
you didn't
that's
edit
why,
it at all?
No. I didn't.
Oh shit!
That's Ectar 100. It's very high
Holy
saturated
fuck.
film.
Dude, yeah, because it like see the edges where the light is a little darker, and then like under the rock there, like those colors are so nice.
Yeah, that's what. Honestly, I was only shooting this photo to capture those
crazy.
colors.
That's crazy that you didn't do anything to that one.
No, yeah, this is Ectar 100.
That's so good. The colors came out really
Like
nice
this,
on that.
I didn't do anything to it.
The seagull is fucking sick. He was
Yeah.
just vibing right there. That's a
Like,
good one.
The pink on the building and stuff. I didn't do anything to color correct that. That's
Wow.
That's. I don't know why this film like people are like kind of like hate on it, where it's like, oh, you can only use it for landscapes. I'm like, no, fucker. Like, it's you can use whatever you want.
Yeah.
And that's why Ectar 100 is sick because it's low grain.
Yeah.
Like when you shoot even close up, you're not seeing noise because it's 100 speed,
Right.
which is low as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So shoot it on a sunny day.
Mm-hmm.
This day was sunny, cloudy, sunny, cloudy, sunny, cloudy. You know, it's like you could shoot people with it. Yeah, they may turn out like a little pink looking. That's okay. It's film.
But I did like the red and greens that were in those
Yeah.
photos. I mean, it just came out really good.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's good. That's
Shooting
good to know.
East Coast in the fall with all the colors and stuff on Ectar probably would be nuts.
Ooh. New York in the fall or something.
New York. Yeah, you could because New York has a lot of color pops.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I think New York, I always think very industrial, but there's
No,
areas
but
where
like
it
if
looks
you
nice.
go more inland towards towards the suburbs area,
Oh,
like
yeah,
where
like
it's,
upstate New York.
you see more nature and shit.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I mean. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another film stock you need to try out at some point.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I have another shipment of film coming in.
You sicko.
Yeah.
You sick
I
bastard.
bought 2 rolls of Cinestill 800T, 1 roll of Kodak Gold, and 1 roll of Cinestill 50D.
Nice. Nice.
I'm sick of that.
It's gonna be good. Can't wait to see the photos on your trip.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna shoot. So, oh, and that Pentax came in.
Yeah, that's right. I saw the photos of it.
That's crazy.
And you put the grip on it.
Gripping.
Do it be gripping and
What time are we at?
gripping and farting. We're at a minute and 6. No, a minute, Lamau. We're at an hour and 6 minutes.
Damn, that was easy.
Good ass pod.
All right, you guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Who knows what we talk about next, or if the world makes it that far? We don't know.
We don't know.
We will see you then.
Oh, and next week will be a bye week because Jaden will be on vacation.
No, I think it'll just be a later upload.
Okay.
Because I think I'll be here I'll still be able to do the pod like Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. No, then it should be normal upload.
Should be, yeah.
If we do it later, a couple days, it'll be recorded at a later date than normal, but it will still be uploaded within the same window.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then there's nothing to worry about. Thanks for listening, you goofy fucks.
Later, bastards.
We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.